Everybody had an notion across the USA, and everybody did surfing like California. You see them wearing their baggies, right to sandals too, bushy blonde hair, surfing USA. Catch them surfing at Del Mar, Ventura County line, Santa Cruz and Trestle, far up in all over Manhattan, down the Wayne Way. Everybody's been surfing USA. We'll be planning out a route we're gonna take real soon. We're waxing down our surfboard, can't wait for June. We'll be gone for the summer on the farthest state. Tell the surfer we're surfing USA. The Haggertys and Swamis, Pacific Palisades, sailing over in sunset, Redondo Beach, LA. Oh, love, oh, yeah, oh, Wahima Bay. Everybody's going surfing USA. Everybody's going surfing USA. Hey, how you doing out there, guitar heroes? Okay, how about the Beach Boys, 1963? You know, one of their first big songs. It seems to me that first album was the same as like Bob Dylan, 1962. These guys are pretty old. The Beatles didn't have an album until 63, so they're like a year, at least 1 year before. They're a little bit older. I don't know if they were actually older, but obviously they had albums out already a little bit earlier. Well, this is a kind of a fast song. There's really a cool instrumental that I'll probably never be able to play. And there's two guys. I think Carl and Al Jardine are both playing it together. It really sounds great. It's really short, but it sounds great. And then, of course, if you're acoustic guys like me, anyway, you're just playing chords. So we start with a D. We got an A. We got a G here. And I think that's it. So this is another one of our 3-chord songs in the key of D, I believe. So D, A, and G are our chords. So those are the 3 major chords, right? D, A, and G are 1, 4, 5. Okay. So there's other voices going on. So during that chorus part, so to speak, when you're kind of rattling through all of the beaches around the world and around the USA, there's the Beach Boys, plenty of singers, right? They're doing that inside, outside USA, which really sounds good, which obviously requires a second player or a second singer or multiple singers, right? Like they had. So I guess you can kind of say that's kind of a chorus, and then we basically just got 2 verses, and then that chorus, that's it. So there's not a lot of length to it, and there is a guitar solo in this thing as well too. The Beach Boys are right at their peak, man. I tell you, they were super popular, no question about that. Get a chance, check out the old videos from the early '60s on YouTube, and you'll see. Even though the clothes looks a little goofy, that's the way it was on '63. Okay, so we're going to start out. We're going to start out with a D and an A and a D, and there's a lot of speed in here, right? And so we got, if everybody had an A, ocean, across the USA, D, then everybody be A, surfing, like California, A, D. You'd be seeing wearing their G, baggies, Huarache sandals too, D, bushy, blonde, A, hairdo, surfing USA. And you saw those parts that I stop, and I usually stop just before we do surfing USA. And there's a couple of spots. So if you listen to the record to make sure that's right, but that's kind of what I got in my head. So that's the first verse, and then we go into this kind of a chorus thing. You'll catch him at surfing at A, Del Mar, Ventura County line, D, where we're going back and forth between A and D. It's really the same pattern as the other verses are. Santa Cruz and A, Trestles, Australia's Narrabeen. D, all over Manhattan. G, down to Doheny Way, D. Everybody's gone A, surfing, and that's where I'd stop. Surfin' USA. So then we got another verse, and then we repeat this this list of beaches. Although the beaches are different in the second one, but that inside-outside thing is the same, and the pattern is the same. But let's check on the speed here, because it's got a lot of speed to it. If everybody had a nose from the USA, everybody be surfing with California. Wear that baggy, harass 1002, bushy Bombay, Surfin' USA. Catch your tub in that Belmont, Ventura County line. That's about as fast as anybody can play. At least me anyway, for strumming. So there's a pretty fast pace on the strum, but the chord changes aren't as fast, but they're fairly brisk as well. Then the only play, at the end, there's only one other thing, is that we just add a second line of, the last line is everybody's gone surfing, and that's the end of multiple lines here. Surfin' USA. So we pause there, right? So everybody's gone surfing. And we stop. Surfin' USA. Everybody gone surfing. Surfin' USA. And that's the only thing that's different on the end, is we just add that. That's kind of repeat that part again. So you start slow, you work up to the pace. It's a great song, and I'd really encourage you to listen to it. At least you have one Beach Boys song in your repertoire, so to speak. And this is a good one. If you can learn that lead part, more power to you. That's terrific. All right, so there you go. Surfin' USA, Beach Boys, 1963. Hope you get something out of this lesson. See you next time, and keep on the strum.